Hey there YouTube, this is the Bane. This particular tutorial is about maintaining your Windows system. Whenever I get called to like a client's place, it's usually because their computer is somewhat non-responsive or is very slow. What the hell? Alright, let's not do that. But basically, this right here is going to show you how to maintain your system to make sure it runs smoothly, it runs, just nice and fast. Okay, first thing I want to show you is this little thing. This little application is called Launchy. Windows Vista and Macintosh has a very similar feature to this. Basically, you type in the name of a program, and it puts up the most likely candidate for what you want to launch. You hit enter, and poof, it launches the program for you. And there we go. Okay, so the first thing we are going to be talking about is CCleaner. CCleaner is a very cool utility that gets a bunch of the junk off of your computer. Basically, let's say you wanted to uninstall something. Uninstall FLV Player. Just a little side note, if you're someone who likes to download YouTube videos, FLV Player is something that you really want to have. So, run the uninstaller. And yes, I want to delete it. Poof. The tools section of this particular program actually ends up replacing the add remove programs utility found in your control panel. I personally like this better because it loads a lot faster. The other part of tools is the startup. This actually will edit the programs that will activate on startup. Windows has a mechanism for dealing with this, which is called msconfig, which stands for Microsoft System Configuration. And it will load. There we go. Basically, it will end up doing all this for you. I have Launchy at startup, Spybot at startup. The only issue with that is if you hit OK, it will ask you to restart. I personally don't like restarting. CCleaner, this startup utility, makes it so you don't have to restart your computer. So that's always a good thing. So, since we uninstalled FLV Player, let's go ahead and use CCleaner. Now the cleaner, like I said, gets rid of a lot of junk. We'll hit the analyzer. 667.2 megabytes to be removed. This will empty your recycle bin. It also will get rid of any cookies that you have on there that you don't want. Also the ones you do want too. So if you don't want cookies to be deleted, then the best thing to do is to actually unclick that. But so we did that. I want cookies to be gone because I don't like cookies on my computer. I'd rather redo them all anyway. So we're going to hit Run Cleaner. And there we go. 683.2 megabytes were removed, and that's more disk space that I have. But even more than that, there is a lot less conflicting junk on your computer. So that's always good. Another thing, since we uninstalled FLV Player, if you install and uninstall a lot of programs, this is really helpful because your registry basically tells your computer what it can and cannot do. It tells it how to do it. Your registry cleaner will get rid of the dead registry links and dead registry entries that are caused by you installing and uninstalling different programs. So let's scan for some issues. There we go. Come on, you can do it. Bobby Fischer, I like to go slow. You're going to have to excuse me. I'm going to be sipping tea while I'm doing this because I'm fighting a little bit of a head cold. Good stuff. Anyway, okay, so we have one registry issue that we need to fix here. So we click Fix Selected Issues. I always make backup changes to my registry. We're going to say I have a dedicated folder for it, so we're going to save it here. And Fixed Issue. Fix the issue. So we close, and we're good. Spybot. Spybot is a great program for removing adware, malware, and spyware. Oh, excuse me. Basically, I'm going to show you how to use it. We are not going to actually do it now because it's a 45-minute long process, and I'm really not that patient today. So, in order to use Spybot, you boot it up. You want to search for updates first. We're going to do that. No newer updates are available. So I have the most recent version of the definitions and all that. So we're good. Having searched for updates, click check for problems, and it will go and check your computer for everything it's programmed to check for. Spybot's really, really cool. Another thing that is really, really good to do is system defrag, which defragments your disk. Basically, when you save and open files constantly, the files eventually fragment. They split themselves into a few fragments, which are stored in separate places on your hard drive. Why Windows does this, I really don't know. But defragmenter is meant to reverse that process. Because when your CPU has to search for different files, it has to search for them in like 6 different places on your hard drive. Whereas defragmenter will index the file, make it whole again, and keep it in one place, thereby increasing your system speed. So you really want to run this fairly often. I run it about once every 2 weeks. So that's just defragmenter. Antivirus software. Right now I have Avast from Allwill. It is an awesome antivirus program. Another thing about all of the programs that I'm showing you, they are all free. There's no charge for any of them. For Avast, the only thing that it asks is after 60 days you register it. The registration is free. But the coolest thing is it talks to you. Program you want to...
Virus database has been updated.
After you install it, you will need to restart your computer. This is Avast. Basically, there's 2 components to Avast. The first one works in the background, and that's something that you can, pretty much just leave alone. It's pretty much retard-proof, but then there's this part of it, where if you want to actively scan your system, you can do that. It takes a few hours, though. So my advice to you is if you want to run a manual system scan, do it before you go to bed, and then just let it be and let it on all night. Oh, there was also one more program that I wanted to that I neglected to write down. A lot of times, if you ever go to like support forums or something like that, they'll ask you for your system specs. System specs are just showing what you have on your computer, what kind of processor you have, how much memory you have. If you don't know these things, it's perfectly fine, because half the time I don't know them either. Everest is a utility that shows you every single thing that there is to know about your system. It has stuff that I've forgotten about this computer. The only downside to this is that it is not available at the company's website anymore. It is now a new version that has a lot more features, but you have to pay for it. However, they are keeping the Home Edition, although they're not offering it for download or supporting it. Luckily, I am going to be putting this particular file up for download on my website. So follow the link to the right if you want this program. Basically, you click on computer, click on summary, and it shows you everything about your computer, as far as the different things that you have in it. Blah, 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 blah. So, that is an awesome utility to have, and I recommend it for everybody who likes to kind of do things themselves. If you have a real DIY ethic for fixing your computer, I recommend using this. So, I gotta update my BIOS. Anyway, so that's it. I hope you guys have found this useful, and hope if not, sorry. But stay tuned for the next tutorial that I'm going to do. It's in probably a week. I might actually do it today. I'm kind of feeling frisky. But the next tutorial is going to be about open source programs and different free alternatives to the software that we use. So this is the Bane. Later. And Iron Man for the friggin' win.